top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, man. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Hope everybody had a good weekend. As you see, I'm a little tired, man. It's early as hell in the morning. But hey, man, before we get into this Diddy video, man, because you guys are going to love this one, man. This is a banger. And remember, I've been telling y'all on my page first about this video. But before I get into this video, guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and like the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Hey, man, let's get 1 million likes on this video. And I want you guys to answer in the comments. See, now, here's the thing with Diddy, man. Diddy, man, I told you guys, once somebody gets convicted and they know that they're getting out of jail or in prison, that gives a lot of people the strength to come forward, especially a lot of these men. Now, I have been telling you guys for months on my channel about these men that are going to come out the woodwork once Diddy is convicted, and he knows that he's on his way to prison, and that is just what happened. Diddy has been hit with a lawsuit for sexual assault, right? Okay, now this gentleman claims that he was brought to a Diddy house, with Diddy and some of his friends. He says he was given a drink, right? Then he said he was led into a back room where he blacked out, and all he remembers is being sodomized. Now, he didn't say that Diddy was the one who did it, okay? He can't put that on there. But he does say that when he gained consciousness, he was really hurting back there. He had blood coming from there. He went to the doctor to get an STD test, which came out negative. And then later, maybe a couple months later, he got an STD test, and it came back that he was HIV positive. So see, Diddy is dealing with a lot of his HIV now. He's dealing with a lot of his STDs. And I told you guys, man, I freaking told you that it would be a lot of men with STDs coming up out the woodworks about Diddy and his STDs. The stuff is not a secret. He may not have to come out and say it, but if this man is over here saying, hey, I slept with Diddy and I caught this, man, men do not make up lies like that. Men have better things to do than that. Men will not embarrass themselves to that point. But let me show you guys some footage. Hold up real quick.
That doing things with these escorts, you can, obviously catch something, or Diddy could just catch something because he's doing something with anybody in general. The volume of people that he's obviously with. And now somebody has come forward to claim that Diddy has given them a specific infection that is unfortunate. A man who says he was one of Diddy's former interns claims that he contracted HIV, guys, after being drugged and essayed at an after party hosted by the music mogul, and it's all laid out in a brand new lawsuit. The man who was suing as John Doe filed a suit against Diddy in the LA Superior Court Friday, saying he was pursuing an entertainment career in late 2014. Doe says that he would intern in the music industry back in the day, and when an opportunity to work with Diddy came around, he jumped. One night, Doe claims he was driven to a house near LA for a Diddy music shoot, followed by the after party, who he says he spoke with him several times. Doe says there was an abundance of, substances and alcohol, but he says he stuck with alcohol, did not consume anything. He says after consuming 2 to 3 beverages, he began to feel off, but he says he thought the wooziness was from not eating much food that day. He claims he was led into a room as he started to black out, and says his next memory was of being basically sodomized via the back passage by an unknown person before he passed out. To be clear, John Doe doesn't claim it was Diddy who allegedly did this to him.
Listen up. If you're part of the food stamps program, here's something that will blow your mind. With your EBT card, you can get full...
After John Doe regained his senses, he says he noticed a large amount of blood coming from the rectum, and later went to a clinic to get tested for diseases, for STDs. But the results came back negative, but then he retested months later and learned that he actually was infected with HIV, which did not show up in initial tests. As a result, Doe claims he suffered severe emotional and psychological distress and is now suing for SA, battery, and more. He is seeking unspecified damages. Diddy's team have already responded to this, saying, as we said before, Diddy cannot respond to every new publicity stunt, even in response to claims that are facially ridiculous or completely false. So I do believe this to be true, and the reason why is because there are multiple lawsuits out there from men who have described going in and out of consciousness, or somebody from behind, and that person would be Diddy basically sodomizing them. That's one thing that a lot of these male, lawsuits have, that Diddy is sodomizing them from the back, that Diddy is behind them, that they're going in and out and Diddy is there. So this is very similar in description to what Diddy was doing and the actions. And so I find this to be believable. But do I think that this is a weak case? Yes, because if you're not accusing Diddy of doing this to you because you can't remember if this was him, I think you're going to find a hard time to prove this when it comes to your civil court situation. The judge looking at this, I think that, it could just...
And he made a very good point, guys. There are a lot of men that have been coming out of the closet saying that they were SA'd by Diddy the same way. Now, how would a bunch of men, people, I just want you to use your head now. How would a bunch of men who don't know each other, who's never met each other before, all tell the same story about how they were assaulted? And we know that Diddy is with the little itty bitty committee per the escorts. So that is the only that's the only part of the body that he can get in comfortably anyway. And it may be feeling any friction because, per the other escorts, that he is not anywhere close to being well endowed like the rest of us in the world, that he has a little jalapeno, but this gentleman, man, I mean, Diddy, this is like at least my 6th or 7th case I covered on this page of where somebody said that they were at his party, either working security, working for him. They were given a drink. Then one person was led to a van. Some people were led to rooms, and then Diddy was on top of them, and as they were saying that it hurt, he was telling them, hold up, I'm almost finished. And then he got done doing what he was doing. Now imagine this. A man has never been penetrated like that before. There's going to be blood. There's going to be feces everywhere. But then you just put your jalapeno away into your white jeans at the white party, and then you go back to the white party and you go back to partying and putting that inside of somebody else. Diddy has been passing on a lot of STDs. And I think one huge reason why he's mad that he, wouldn't be able to get out is because he might not even make it to see those years, because you don't get the type of STD treatment in the penitentiary that you will on the streets. They don't really care. And just because you have money, that doesn't mean that they're going to let you buy some type of special medication that's going to keep these diseases from moving and grooving what's inside of you. But I've been telling you guys that Diddy has been passing on STDs. I told you guys from the beginning, man, there are thousands of bottles of baby oil found in personal lubrication, but not one condom, okay? Now, you have these men on the down low, right? A lot of times they don't even use condoms. They don't even use them. You know why? Because if they take the time to put it on, and this is something I read in a book from a man that was on the down low. He said if I took the time to put on a condom, it would make me realize what I was doing was wrong and I shouldn't be doing it, and I'm not gonna do it. Okay, so it's like the thrill of it. And you guys stay to the end of this video, and I'm going to tell you the name of a movie that you should watch that is about the most shocking movie about something that has to do with this Diddy stuff that I have ever seen in my life. Stay to the end, okay? So make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Man, let's get 1,000 likes in this video and some conversation on. And I want to know, like, in the comments, do you think Diddy has been passing on STDs or do you not? Now, the name of those movies that you need to watch, people, get your pen and paper. You need to watch a movie called Atlanta 10-10. You got Atlanta 10-10 part 1 and Atlanta 10-10 part 2. If you guys go ahead and watch those movies, all you have to do is watch the first 10 minutes of the movies, and I promise you're going to come back to my channel saying, hey, Coach One Stack, you was right. Man, this stuff really happened. Yeah, men are out here getting assaulted in Atlanta and, giving gummies that are laced and water that are laced. At this point in the game, man, I wouldn't take a bottle of water from nobody. You hear me? The only bottle of water I'm getting is from inside of the 7-Eleven or Circle K, you dig? Because these men are out here preying on other men, not just Diddy. This is a thing now. So fellas, man, watch your 9, as they say. Watch your 6 and watch your 9. You dig what I'm saying? But other than that, man, hey, make sure you stay resting, finessing, stay blessed, and never stress, and make sure you stay the fuck out of trouble too.